Welcome to Poorly Explained.
Stay a while and listen.
And we're live. What up, Kylo?
What up, man?
You like the new setup?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like that I could put my hands right here.
Yeah.
Feels like we're at a high top, you know?
We
are. But
Crazy that it feels like it.
right, it feels like it and it is like it.
Yeah.
I wish we would have did it Tuesday, low key though. I had a nice fit on. Like you're all freshened up right now. I had a nice shirt. Well, you wouldn't have seen my pants, but I had a nice shirt.
Tuesday, Tuesday I got up, brought the kids to daycare, and then I started cleaning up. We had some guy come to appraise the house today, so I was doing a bunch of shit to clean up and make it nice. And I'm glad, actually, it's a good thing you didn't come because I ended up getting a call for a pool fence quote at 3 o'clock. So
yeah,
it ended up working out well enough.
I had a good time over at my boy Drew's and Sadie's.
Yeah. And then yesterday the kids went over to Granny and Papa's house. So I was able to get some more shit done. Today I was working this morning, but we're here now.
Yeah, buddy.
So it's good.
What's up, y'all? What's up, viewers? Dude, that's crazy. 9,000 fucking...
Well, that's mostly for the shorts.
Yeah, but still.
9,100 shorts views. Dude. The videos are popping, dude. 163.
Yeah,
I remember a couple weeks ago, I think whenever we recorded episode 5, we were like, dude, we got 60 views.
Yeah.
We're almost triple that now.
Oh, yeah, on video pods?
Yeah, just full-on podcast views.
One of the shorts is over 1,000.
Yeah. The shorts are nice because I'm just trying to I connect the videos to see full podcast at that.
Right.
So I'm trying to get people. So
even if it gets one person, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so this is funny. There was one where you were talking about crypto. Oh. And it immediately got a comment. These two that have the hashtag crypto in it.
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, I did these last night.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it's so funny. Look. It's from Ragu.
Oh, it's a fucking scammer. Damn, dude, come on.
It's literally spam. It happened, I posted the short, and then by the time I posted the next one, it already had a comment.
It was crypto, dude?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
That's crazy.
Could you get it to that? I was like, oh, nice.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, a comment's a comment. At least they listen.
This is my C-phrase. Can you help me out? Shut the fuck up. Dude, you see those all over. It's crazy. When I watch videos, it's crazy how much it's all over it.
Yeah. One of the Scaredy Cats, did you watch that one? It was basically whenever me and you were just we were scared of the dark for a really long time.
I think so.
That one got 10 likes somehow.
Hell yeah.
Which is funny. I was trying to...
What's our highest viewed video now?
I can check it here. Published. I don't know. It's got to be. It's one of the shorts that did over 1,000.
Yeah.
So that's 1023.
Yeah, I really like Nick for the history pods. Yeah. Well, I know you haven't gone into a whole history.
No, but I like Nick because he keeps up with current events, similar to me. So we got that. That's kind of
cool
our more...
It's cool to see y'all go back and forth with shit.
Yeah, I feel like that was informational.
And I know, there's the I don't know, the idea of, if you're doing your little history bits, it's cool for me, who doesn't know shit like a lot of the viewers, to,
Yeah.
So I can ask questions that they otherwise, you might blow past or whatever. But I was like, man, it's real cool that Nick, knows stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's literally why me and him stayed friends for so long, because we're interested in the same shit.
I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to any of that.
Yeah.
The only reason I know about anything going on in the world is because it involves macroeconomics, and I'm like, all right, what's this gonna affect my stocks or my crypto?
Yeah. You know? Well, whenever me and him, like I said, we text every day, but one night I was laying in bed and I was about to go to sleep and my phone buzzed, and I never get texts late at night. Yeah. And it was him, and he said Israel is bombing Iran. So I looked it up, and that was whenever the news was breaking. So he was
dude, he's
watching for it. But yeah, he has his ear to the ground.
You know what happened to me? How I found out? with this
The podcast with Nick.
No. So, oh yeah, it would have been if it wasn't for my mom, then yeah. But no, I placed my first leverage trade, like not to get on all into that, but
Back on crypto.
Placed my first trade. I've been doing long term investing, whatever. But I placed my first trade, and my mom's into crypto, right? So I went and tell her because I was talking about putting in a trade soon once we took a nice dip.
Yeah.
I go tell her, I'm like, hey, Mom, I just put my first leverage trade in. Got a little 3x leverage on there. Got a good entry. She's like, ooh. Iran's getting, or wait, Israel got bombed.
No. Israel bombed Iran first.
Okay, well, yeah. So I was like, yeah, she was like, Iran's getting bombed right now, so it might affect. I was like, God damn it, dude. Of course I placed my first trade when a fucking war starts.
What, does war drive down crypto?
It didn't it actually didn't have too much of an effect, but it just I feel like it more so affects it in somewhat, but it affects it more on the leverage markets and the trading markets because people were expecting dips or something, and it did dip, but I ended up trade was doing good, got about a solid $8 in profit. I also didn't put much money. I only put like $80 just to it's my first trade.
Yeah.
But it got like up to like $8 or $10 in profit, and then went the opposite way.
Nice.
The next, like once the stock market doesn't trade over the weekends.
Yeah.
And so once it came back around, it started kind of going. It went like an $8 loss. And I was like, let me close this because I saw the altcoins usually follow Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was dipping kind of significantly.
Yeah.
And I was like, just in case, because you never know. And it actually kind of worked out because I got in at a lower price. Trade's back on.
Yeah.
Got in at a lower price.
Well, me and Nick talked about this, which I thought was funny because I don't even know if the podcast where I mentioned Zelensky being mad about not getting those 20,000 those missile intercept systems. And I don't even know if that podcast was out yet, but I had talked to you about it already. And then he's like, Israel's bombing Iran. And I was like, well, the U.S. kept those missiles for ourselves for troops in the Middle East. And then as soon as I saw Israel is bombing Iran, I was like, well, we knew about it.
Yeah.
Or else we would have sent that shit to Ukraine and got paid.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Not much new this week, though. Anything going on for you?
Man, I got a busy week coming up next week.
You got a lot of shit about to go on, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out Pool Guardian.
Yeah, Pool Guardian, my pool fences.
We need to throw in them some ads for that.
Yeah, I know.
Or whatever.
Yeah. It's just on this podcast. It's like.
I mean, yeah, it's not like we got,
Yeah. It
one of
wouldn't do anything.
The best thing we got is if Drew gets a pool right now,
Yeah. What's the over-under on that?
Everybody that's watching, like, comment, subscribe.
Yep.
But comment, if you're going to, just to get any type of engagement, if you don't even feel like commenting or you don't know what, just put an emoji or something, Just
do something.
Yeah.
We're working our asses off for your entertainment, and what do you give us in return? Nothing.
Blood, sweat, and tears, dude.
I'm sick of it, dude. They don't know how hard this is to just show up week by week. We're doing 2 hours a week for you people. And, the least you could do
being vulnerable,
is watch it.
Talking about our scary, dark stories.
Yeah. God.
Told you about my worms, dude. I don't want to tell people about my worms, dude.
The worms were a hit.
Yeah. Did Nick get to watch? Like, did y'all talk about any of them?
I think we recorded before that one was out. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah, he came over Monday night.
Cool.
Yeah. So I see you got your ring back. How'd that?
Oh yeah, dude.
What you had to do for that thing?
God, dude, I had to put in some effort. It was. I went to get into it. I think on the last pod.
Ring tap.
Yes. Yeah, boy. You probably heard it too.
Yeah.
So it fell in my car. I'll shorten it up. It's not a long story or nothing, but. It fell in my car, and I heard it hit metal, and I was like, "Oh, it's in the tracks of the seat. That's all good, Also, I have nothing. The Bermuda Triangle on your seat in your center console. If you drop something there, it's fucking gone.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a little cushion thing that goes right there.
Yeah, it's like in between your seat and the console. There's like a portal to another dimension.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I dropped it. It can't fall right there, so it fell in the front of my seat. Right.
Which is nothing.
Right, the floorboard. There's so much carpet down
Yeah.
there and no holes.
Yeah.
Well, somehow there's a like when you go from the floor of the carpet, there's a ramp that goes underneath the seat. So somehow it went forward, but somehow caught backwards momentum too. Like Newton's law was not working in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Went up the ramp and then out of like it's 90% carpet in there. It found the one hole to get in. And I was like surely it's not in that hole when I was looking in the tracks. And no, it fell in there. And I was like doing like this trying to find it, and when I'm doing like that, I knock it further. Like, not a big deal. I just when I get out my car, I'll get it, whatever. Dude, I get out my car and like this hole's like this big.
Yeah.
I could barely fit my hand in it.
Like the size of like a Coke can.
Right. Fit my hand in it, and then I'm reaching as far as I can with my finger, and then I feel a smaller hole, like a 2-inch hole. And I'm like, no fucking shot it went in there.
Yeah.
Like, no shot I went to, and it dink, and it went phew, in that hole. Sure enough. Dude, I had to pull my seat out. I had to take off the plastic, pull my carpet up. I tried vacuuming it out, like, before and after taking the carpet out. It was a nightmare. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's not that bad to take, but it was just like, God, it was so much work just to. But I got it back.
For a ring that does nothing.
Dude, I've lost this ring. Luckily, I didn't lose it. I just knew where it was. But I was like, I hope this random portal in this metal frame doesn't like lead to like the bottom of the car or something,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, cool.
It's a
The
fucking
news
shit
just
show.
came up. Louisiana specific news. Louisiana has enacted a law allowing police to shoot down unlawful drones. I don't know what an unlawful drone is, but why shouldn't anybody be allowed to shoot one down?
Yeah, I mean,
Going through. Pedestrian was killed in a late night crash. All right, who cares? The Trump administration has halted the fiber internet expansion plan in Louisiana, revoking the state's initial approval. I don't know what that means. Spaceship rocket.
former Jeanerette police chief has been arrested for cockfighting.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no.
Dude, what is wrong with
You
the police
skipped
in
over that one, dude.
Louisiana?
That was
Yeah, I didn't
crazy.
notice it. That was like normal to me. That's nothing in Louisiana. Oh, I wonder who it was. Let's find out.
That's crazy. That's my dad, dude.
Police
My dad is a
cock-
police chief. Just kidding. Oh,
Whoa.
he looks like a good guy.
Yeah, that dude looks like.
He doesn't look rough or nothing. He looks
Why? Oh, man.
Why are
Those
people-
mug shots are not very.
Why are people doing that? I don't get it.
It's mostly in Louisiana. It's a lot of the brothers
Like, go to
like
the
to do
fucking
it.
casino. I
Well,
know,
I think-
I know it's a different form of excitement, but like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There was this dude who used to work in a machine shop, and they would deliver stuff to Webco whenever I worked over there. And he was real big on cockfighting. And he was saying what they do is they'll take, like, roosters, and the way they work them out is they'd get, like, tiny treadmills and make them walk on the treadmill
my God.
to get strong.
That's crazy.
But they didn't care. Like, and what's funny is they don't eat those chickens, by the way. 'Cause
Yeah.
the meat's tough because they're so muscular. But, boy, these mug shots are not very...
Yeah, those guys look.
Those are some ugly dudes.
If you asked me where they're from, I'd probably guess Louisiana.
James Runt Sr. and Dusty Vallow. Awesome.
Dude, I'm really sad you cut out that. I wanted to hear redacted like 80 times.
So the redacted, I don't know what I don't know why the software didn't save it, but whenever I got back to the thing, it was all gone. Like the audio was still chopped up, but the
Yeah.
redacted parts were gone.
I mean, it wasn't that juicy.
So if you listen to We All Have Worms, there's a part where we start talking about the previous episode, which ended up just being a continuation
Yeah.
of that episode.
Thought we were gonna do a second one.
And what we were talking about got taken out of the podcast because we were saying some things that might have gotten us into legal trouble.
Well, we were gonna cut out the name, but like you
Yeah.
said, yeah, it didn't.
We said it 1,000 times, so it was a nightmare for me to edit out. And I looked up the dude.
That was the wildest story. It was like probably the wildest story I got, dude. You can't cut that out, dude.
Yeah, well, I'd looked up, like,
Yeah, no,
I
it's
looked up to see if the guy had been in any scandals or had like a history of scandalous behavior. And what you were telling me,
Can I do a super quick review?
just don't say the dude's name. Yeah, but we'll just give you a hint. He's a prominent lawyer in the Lafayette area, and he's basically he just like represents people who get into car wrecks.
Yeah, he's on billboards.
Yeah.
If you know him.
I don't even think he represents people. I think he just hires other lawyers to
Right.
do it. You know, I think he just owns the
So just for
thing.
just to document the story, yeah, I ain't gonna say his name, but I won't go through the whole details. But this prominent guy, basically a local famous guy, in a
Yeah,
way, in a
he's-
way. So I was working at Five Guys, and this guy came in. I was dating this girl at the time, and he came in and he's my girl was cashiering, and finished the order and everything, and I'm like, why is he still over there? Like, he was just standing there for a while, and I see him hand her a card, and I was like, what the fuck? So I was doing the lobby, I was in the lobby cleaning up. I went
Yeah.
over there, and she's like, yeah, he like gave me his card and was like, if you ever need anything, call me or text me on my phone number. And like, she's like 22, 21 at the time, so it's like, what is this girl at Five Guys gonna need from, she's not driving 18-wheelers or nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, well, I'm gonna fucking text this dude. I was gonna try to like sugar daddy him, I was like, give me.
Yeah, get some money.
If
Get
I was
paid.
doing crypto, I would have tried a lot harder. But yeah, I was like, get some money. And well, I was at B-Dubs and started texting him off my phone, pretending to be her, and she was with me. And at one point, it was like, I don't remember the conversation, but at one point I was like, "What you doing?" And he was like, "With my wife at dinner or something like that, wishing I was with you." And I was like, "What the fuck?" It just escalated so quick,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, it's funny because the dude, like I said, he must be in his 40s or 50s
Right.
to be texting a girl who's, legally an adult but still a kid to him.
Way younger, yeah.
Yeah, young enough to be his daughter. And it's funny because he was having like a full-blown teenager conversation with her. Like, that's the shit, like...
And she wasn't even like smoking. It wasn't to me worth the risk.
Right. And also, I just think it's funny that you're still texting people like that because, like,
Right.
whenever me and Paige first started dating, well, I didn't have a wife whenever I started dating my wife now, but,
Yeah.
like, I would be like, oh, I'm in Bunkie at my parents' house, wish I was with you instead. Whenever I was, 20 years old.
Dude, that was so.
And even that's gay.
Yeah.
But, dude, to be the dude probably has grandkids.
The advancement was
To be
so
texting
quick.
a young girl being like, I'm with my wife, but I wish I was with you.
Yeah, like he didn't even have to
God,
say all
dude,
that.
that's-
Like, I knew you had a wife, but
Yeah.
this is crazy as fuck, dude.
But I don't text that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't text anybody that.
And so
That's gay. That's
I was gonna continue it longer, but then it just after like I like played along with that comment, and then I don't remember what was after that, and then it felt gross on my
Yeah.
part. I was like, ugh, I don't feel like playing along with this anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, now I just want to make him feel stupid. It's not gonna be significant, but I was like, so I just called him on his bullshit.
yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? With your life and just shit like that. And then I blocked him, and that was it.
Yeah.
But it was crazy because just crazy to happen to me.
Yeah.
I was like, that was super
And it's
wild.
something that if you live around here, everybody knows his name.
You saw his, like I saw his face immediately when I saw his face. I
Yeah,
was like,
it's
oh,
like-
that's that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, redacted.
It's womp 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 womp.
Right. I want to do the jingle so bad, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Wait for the break.
Yeah.
Just hold it in, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
God.
but so I've come up with a new plan. It's like I don't want to publicly attack people unless there's stuff going on about them.
Yeah,
like this
unless it's
guy.
covered.
I don't even want to keep saying this dude's name because I don't want to talk about him every podcast. But as you can see,
Yeah.
there's shit going on with it to where,
I saw it got dropped or something.
yeah. Well, it was this.
He's doing meth, dude.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. The Youngsville PD went through a little
Nothing
rough
wrong with
patch.
that, dude. Every now and then, a little meth.
Guys can't have fun.
Right.
The police chief.
We just drink on a podcast a little bit, Why?
Yeah.
We'll do some meth one day, I'm sure, on a pod.
Yeah.
Definitely not, but dude, I want to say it so bad, dude. No, All right, that's good. That's good.
I'm not taking that out. Fuck
That's
that.
good
That's
enough.
too much. Yeah.
I mumbled. That
Yeah.
could
If
be
they
anything.
would exactly. If they came out to that, we did not say anything about you.
I didn't even
Womp,
give a
womp, womp,
syllable.
womp.
Yeah.
That's a little close, dude. Settle down. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
shit.
look at my search
What's
history.
fufu,
I
dude?
looked up fufu. I've been getting hit with these Facebook reels of African dudes eating fufu.
Sounds like bullshit. Like,
It's the most bullshit,
you
dude.
tell me a story and you'd be like, "That's fufu." That's what it sounds like.
Like what they do is they like boil like yams or something. It's like it comes out like a dough, and then they dip it, they grab it and they dip it in like a stew and eat it.
Yeah.
But the video that I have pulled up, it's one lady
Why she dip it
taking
like that?
They don't use spoons or forks,
Yeah.
and they dip it in there, scoop up, get a little piece of meat, and then they eat it.
Yeah.
And like this looks like the proper way to eat it. This lady, she pulled a part off, she dipped it in the stew,
It looks exciting.
and then puts it in her mouth. But I keep seeing on Facebook they'll put it'll be like 20 people at a table, and it's like ravenous dogs going after
my
the meal.
God,
They're all
man.
just like grabbing it, fighting each other for
Yeah.
it and stuff. And then the Facebook comment section is they're not saying anything I would condone.
Yeah.
So
I wonder. You ever seen heard of mukbangs?
it's
like where you,
sounds
like-
familiar.
It's like where you do it's almost like a mini podcast and they just eat food and give a review, I guess, on it.
Oh, okay.
Some people like review it. Some people
Is that
just,
those British dudes?
Nah, it's just anybody.
Oh.
But why people watch it? Maybe it's just someone you like. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, they got a mukbang out. We'll watch that. Yeah. It's not that exciting, but I almost did that the other day when I ate my smalls on the way here, and I was like, I gotta finish this before I get on the pod. So I'm not like, stuffing my face with queso burger, dude.
Hell yeah. Let's Google fun stuff to talk about
Bruh.
with your crush. Okay, perfect.
With my crush.
Interest, explore hobbies, and delve into personal experiences. What?
Oh, dude.
That's the worst
That
advice
means I
ever.
gotta think and shit.
Yeah, no. Books.
Dude, I got. Well,
You got topics?
where's your pods? I mean, your pods, your topics, dude.
Right there.
God damn it! I meant
What
to.
are you talking about?
I know. I didn't think about it, but I meant to tell you before we started to like look at your list. To see.
I haven't put anything on the list, dude.
Can I just say it's something quick? It's not even a good topic, but I'm gonna get it out of the way.
I don't do topics. I've come to accept that not winging it isn't my thing.
Yeah.
I just speak off the cuff. I'm gonna have to speak publicly 3 times next week.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to. I'm not gonna write a speech for these fucking people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go over there and rip it and hope to God that I don't
Are
go
they
into.
gonna ask me stuff? Should I prepare myself?
No, I'll tell them not to. I'll
Okay.
tell them that's my sister's retarded little brother.
No. I don't want to get it. Well, I don't think we'll get canceled.
That's my biggest fear is that I just
They're
go
gonna-
into
they're
full
gonna
on
pan-
podcast mode and just start
I just
saying
imagine
faggot or something a bunch of times.
we could cut this out if you don't like it. But
Did you like my text the other day?
what was it?
Whenever I described Pool Guardian,
Yeah, that was fucking funny.
I was like,
Did he mean the podcast? I was like, no, he's talking about Pool Guardian. I was like, what the fuck?
that's type of stuff that I would talk about in the news. That, Pool Guardian is like the opposite of a nuclear bomb.
If they pan the camera to me, I'll just be drilling them like, yeah, and then they're like, all right, we're not gonna ask him anything.
Yeah, just listen to our podcast. You'll be laughing yourself
Yeah.
silly, and then they won't want to talk to you.
I wish I could make the Shane face, whatever he fucking.
I don't
does.
even know.
He-
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I was just asking because
Now
You
this
know,
is
I could-
podcasting 101.
I could hit it on the spot.
Share funny, awkward, or interesting personal stories to create a bond. Bonding.
Yeah, we be bonding, dude.
Dreams and aspirations. Discuss their dream job, career goals, and aspirations. If you have a dream job, you suck.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
I've never had a dream job.
If trading and doing investing and stuff is a job, then
Yeah.
sure.
My
Well,
dream job is like not working.
Yeah, right. A dream job would be like doing the podcast and shit.
Yeah, but even then, I would get, how often can you podcast and you'd run out of shit to talk about, so we'd end up wanting to do something else.
Oh no, we just get guests on and with the more money we make, the more life experiences we do.
True.
You know, and then we have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Or like you say, we gotta go do shit that's not okay. Like you gotta get drunk and go to like somewhere you're not supposed to be drunk at, and then you'll get a story out of it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do that, but you know, I don't know. It's 55 things to talk about with your crush. Why is it?
I don't know. I don't know what to Google. Our conversations don't hold any real substance.
Yeah,
So there's nothing to really look up.
that's all good, dude.
Unlike whenever I'm talking to Nick, then we have like
You might have
shit to look
you
up.
might have a comment about this because you know like geography and politics and stuff better than me and country information. Like you talk about India and they're beating fucking animals with sticks and shit. That's their defense.
That's what they use.
They had this lady. What's
Oh, dude, go ahead.
I don't want
I
to.
have a funny video.
I don't want to. I'm just not knowledgeable about this shit. So I'll let you answer this question and then I'll go off with this. But what's is there multiple countries or places like I think Arabians do it, but like they wear the ladies have to wear like covered up and
A hijab.
yeah.
That's
I was trying to think of the name.
any like heavily like any Muslim.
Okay.
is
So
like,
so I don't know where she was from. I didn't ask because I heard the back end of it, but I got a fish for her. And she's she spoke well and whatever. It wasn't like nothing crazy, but she was trying to get some fish and I was like answering her some questions and whatnot. And so she goes up front with the fish and one of my coworkers was like saying, repeating what she had said. She was like, "Man, fish in my country, fish are so much cheaper. Like they're like you could get 100 fish for like $100 or whatever. Like she's buying one fish for like $14 and shit like that, right?
right.
And wherever she's from, she's wearing like a cut her face and all that. She's just wearing like the hood.
Okay,
basically.
so that might be more Indian. I think the Muslim nations do like the full face covering.
That might make sense.
Yeah, and I think there's like another religion, or it might not even be religious. It might just be a cultural thing where they just cover the top of their head.
Yeah,
and it's like very roby.
She wasn't like super covered up.
Let me ask you this: did she have a red dot in the middle of her forehead? Okay,
No,
because that's a Hindu symbol of marriage. I
Yeah.
don't think they do wedding rings. I think
she was
whenever they get
young.
married, they get the
Right.
dot.
Oh man, I wish I knew that funny bit about that. But anyways, somebody made a funny bit about that. But yeah, she was like, in my country, the fish are so cheap and whatever, and it's like, I just thought in my head like, when
Your country probably
it
sucks.
probably doesn't have a lot of rights, and like you're probably fucking
Yeah.
struggling a lot more out there. It's like, you
Yeah.
want to go back for fish, or you want to come,
Yeah, just stay here and like.
come to PetSmart and pay $14 for a pleco.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I don't know. She seemed like cool people though.
Let's take a break. I want to go see if my beer's cold yet. Down.
What about gay pizza or whatever you put? No,
That was
it was
Matt and Shane's podcast.
yeah, it was vibrating.
No, I
butts.
haven't been putting down topics or anything. Like I said, I like not winging it. Isn't really my thing. Check this out, dude. We're watching, and you were talking about like Muslim countries or India, Pakistan, something. Well, you were talking about India. There's this thing that the Indians and Pakistanis do at their border, where they have basically these dudes dressed like they're in like black uniforms, and they have like feathers on their head, like peacocks. And look, they march really exaggeratedly. And like,
This is the border.
yeah, this is the border. They hate each other. These two nations, India and Pakistan, and
This
they're
is
just
crazy.
like the way they beef is not by like having any actual military competence. What they do is they slam their feet on the ground and dance
They
at
do
each
dance
other.
offs.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's
Yeah.
what we should do. Iran and Israel should take notes.
Well, they also have nuclear weapons and they want to eradicate each other. So maybe not. Maybe it's not the
this
best way
is
to solve
so
it.
gay.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there's another one.
They gotta channel it somehow.
Yeah,
I guess.
look at China and India's border.
I heard there's a border. I heard this on some podcast that they have a no weapons thing.
Yeah, so yeah,
this
this is
it?
what I'm talking about. So
Oh my God.
between China and India don't get along.
Why
There's
is
like a
there-
serious
they got sticks
dispute
out?
of like where the border is. So what they do is they don't give their dudes guns.
Yeah.
They just like give them sticks, and then they're like
They
they're
throw
both
rocks at
trying
each
to,
other and shit.
Yeah, there's like barbed wire where the border is, and they like try to pick up and move the barbed wire to like get more country for each other, and they
What
just
the fuck?
whack each other with sticks. That's what I'm saying. It's the craziest fucking thing
Is there
ever.
like 24/7 somebody just trying to move? They're moving barbed
Yeah, they're
wire
just like,
day
no,
and night.
fuck that. That's our territory, dude. Those are our
We
rocks.
got 4 extra feet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unverified footage. It looks pretty verifiable to
Yeah.
me.
It's in Arunachal Pradesh.
They're paying taxes for that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. We're probably paying for it somehow.
How long you put this AC blasting before we got in here?
Oh, the AC doesn't cool anything off.
Damn.
It's just gonna be this hot the entire time.
We're in America, dude.
There's something wrong with like the thing. It thinks that the drain is clogged, even though the drain has a hose going out of it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do anything.
You tried siphoning it?
I've taken the fucking thing apart. It must be the sensor.
Yeah.
There was something jammed up in the little piece that is supposed to, like remove the humidity from the air, but
Yeah.
it's not working.
That's
No,
a
we're
little-
just gonna have to sweat for a little while, dude. It's fine.
Maybe run that one in there, dude. Maybe it'll blow in here.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they do that.
YouTube comments are so great. In a video about China and India beating each other with sticks, there's some guy saying the Philippines have been abused by Chinese Coast Guard for so many years now, but we're too afraid to fight back. Salute to Indian soldiers showing braveness, protecting the land. Like they just
Wild.
whack each other, dude.
Like, you don't have to do that.
No, I would be. Honestly, that actually looks fun as hell. Let's be honest. Like, just
Can they shoot paintball, you think?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't think they have that kind of technology over there
Dude,
yet.
come on.
Hey, check to see if the camera's recording.
All right.
I pressed the button.
It's going, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the whole world's beefing, dude.
Do you know what I learned
Not
about
in a
today?
funny way.
I thought was interesting.
Yeah, who? What?
So there was these dentists. There was a dude video, and they were like, "What toothpaste do you recommend?" And he was telling about like ones with less chemicals and stuff like that. And he mentioned fluoride, and he was like, "That's a whole separate conversation because there's a big conspiracy on that and whatever."
Yeah.
But the dentist guy was recommending a certain brand that is like healthier and whatever for you. It's not all kind of bullshit. And then a guy that does root canals for a living. He's been in dentistry for a long time or
I've
whatever.
had one of those done before.
He said, they were like, "What kind of toothpaste you use?" And he said, "I don't." And it was like, this is the guy that does this for a living,
Well,
whatever.
orthodontists do root canals.
And so, yeah, whatever. But he was saying he doesn't use toothpaste, and he was like, "You don't need to. You
What you do? Water?
You just the whole just brushing your teeth is brushing off all the plaque and all that shit,
That
and
makes
flossing
sense. Yeah.
gets all the stuff right." And it's like, there's all kind of marketing shit like that, and there's stuff we don't need, but we just are told to use.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "You don't need toothpaste. Like, you just brush the stuff off." And then I was like, and I kind of connected the dot to, in like some other third world countries, they use this. There's a certain kind of tree branch or bamboo branch, something like that.
And
But
I'm
it
sure
had-
all their teeth are rotten.
No, they had nice teeth. Well, I don't know about all of them, but the guys that were using it had pretty nice teeth,
Yeah.
from what I saw. And they basically fray the end of this branch or
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and they use that. And
I think that's what they used back in the medieval times or whatever.
But I was like, damn. I was like, that's like really interesting. You don't even have to use. There's people who talk about oil pulling. I did that for a while.
Dude, can we talk about the topic of me? Ever since you mentioned the AC, I'm sweating bullets
Dude.
now. It's so fucking hot in here.
Yeah, it felt good at first, and then
Yeah.
I feel like we got used to it, and then now it's like, oh, it's hot.
Yeah. I'm about to fucking crack a window.
Crack that one turn on that one in the room.
By the time that reaches here.
You don't know, dude. It's not hot. It's not cool outside, dude.
Yeah,
It's open the window, just heat. A little breeze kind of felt kind of cool, but it's probably temporary. Yeah, it feels like I'm working at PetSmart when the AC broke in the back, dude.
So
It's not terrible, but now that we're used to it, it's kind of...
I took the kids to the dentist last week, And that the dentist said that. She was like, with them, they don't need. Because I told her, like, I just basically hand the kids a toothbrush after their baths and just let them work it.
Yeah.
And she was like, with Matt, she was kind of like, oh, maybe, like, give him a little bit of a hand while he's still young.
Yeah.
Even though he might resist, he resists a lot if you try to brush his teeth. He just likes to do it. But she was like, just doing it. But Luke hates the flavor of toothpaste.
Yeah.
And she was like, water's fine. Just let him rip with the water.
Yeah.
Dude, all
I'm
three of the
kinda-
kids.
I'm kinda
Brendan,
good.
Luke, and Matt. 0 cavities between them.
I'm kind of debating on doing it. Because, like, what's the fucking point? If you just keep up with it and you do it, like...
Yeah.
So, the only point, whatever, that I've seen in the comments was saying that there's, like, certain, and whether that's true or not, we don't know, I guess. But some of the, beneficial chemicals, whatever, whatever the fuck,
Natural chemicals?
protects your enamel.
Oh, yeah.
It adds a protection layer, but it's like, does it?
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
They don't
I might fuck off and stop using toothpaste and just brush my shit with water. Or people also talked about
How often do you floss?
never.
The
I
dentist was
flossed
like,
right before I went.
I
to
need
the
to get a
dentist.
fucking water pick, dude.
We have one, but I stopped using it because like it's the water coming out of it smells funny. It's old, and I feel like the internals there's something's not right. And my
Right.
mom like tried to flush the shit, but I don't use it.
Nah.
But yeah, if you like keep up with flossing and just brushing it, and you just brush the shit off, rinse your mouth out, maybe do a little oil pulling or something.
Yeah.
Or I've seen people talk about like diluting hydrogen peroxide
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of using that as like a toothpaste.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Dude, so let's talk
pretty
about
cool.
the fact that this podcast is. We started on our first episode came out on the
This is-
26th.
It's pretty great analytics
Yeah.
for
First one was on the 26th. Today's the 19th of June. So that's what, 5 more days in May plus 19. Dude, we are 24 days in and we're working on our
Really?
9th episode. Yeah.
May. Oh yeah.
Dude.
Wow.
We did,
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
We've averaged a full 2 episodes a week, dude. We're crushing it.
When you had mentioned in
Dude,
one
in
of,
less than a month, we've gotten 12 subscribers and over 100 views on our hour-long videos.
like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. YouTube needs to know that we're the next big thing.
Hey, Conley's family, whoever's watching, like and comment. I
Yeah.
know you're already subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. I mean,
Nick broke the news to me Monday before the podcast that he wasn't even subscribed.
I checked Drew. I was when I was hanging out with Drew Tuesday.
Yeah, I saw. Hey, I
was like-
saw that because look at this.
I was
So
like-
only public. It only shows us public people who are
Yeah.
subscribed. Look.
Yeah. The Drew 0716, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get Sadie to subscribe.
I don't
too.
understand how you have more subscribers than our podcast. What videos
How you
do
know
you
that's me,
post?
dude? You don't know that's me.
Because it's your channel. You have 2 videos and 17 subscribers.
Fortnite.
Oh, because you do all this shit. Huh.
Compilation. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. You do this.
Some
a
of my
lot.
playlists are public, I suppose.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, I got fucking look at my 20 views on that Fortnite. I got some crazy fucking clips on there.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight. And then the second one was just like a win.
Yeah.
There's no audio or nothing. But the clips compilation went kind of hard.
Yeah. But I think it says something that, like, we have hour-long videos and we're still getting a lot of views. So I feel like it's
there-
easier to just watch.
Can we see how much people watch through?
The average view duration is 10 minutes. But that
Yeah.
might just be from people fucking turning it on and off.
Yeah, it might be.
Well,
from,
you can actually look at how much of it people watch. Look.
right. That's what yeah.
So this is tight. It'll show you
Oh, nice.
20 views this is for Scary Movies Suck. 20 views with a total of 5 hours.
I like the.
So that's pretty good.
I like the American
And it shows
flag.
where people start and how much they drop off.
Yeah.
A few people drop off here, and then you can see where people stayed on,
Yeah.
like really listen in. But to say that it's flat means it's good. See,
Yeah.
like towards the end, it started dropping off.
Yeah, it's called consolidation, dude.
Yeah, or whatever. So towards the end, but that was out of a fucking 1 hour long video. So
Right.
if most people stayed until the 50-minute mark, dude, I'm fucking very fine with that.
Yeah, they probably had something to do, and then something came up, and then they just was like, all right, they didn't go back to it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
It's doing good. I'm surprised that things are getting crazy. It's already got 6
Oh,
views,
shit.
and it just published this morning. Because most of the time, it's like 1 or 2 up until the 5 o'clock hour whenever people get off.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is,
I wonder if the posting times.
I don't think so.
I know it has to do with like it'll help with shorts and stuff like that, maybe. But
So our impression click-through rate is at 1.2%. So it shows you how often they're showing it. Like impressions is how much it shows up on people's screens, and the click-through rate is how many of them give it a shot.
yeah,
This is what I'm finding interesting off of this. Whenever we posted our first video, earbuds, we got only 18 impressions on it. So they didn't really show us that much. Then the next week we did 2 episodes, and it did 30 and 42 impressions.
Yeah.
But then once I want, like, the third week of doing 2 videos a week, the impressions skyrocketed.
yeah.
So I'm thinking that the consistency is good.
The algorithm will slowly boost it.
Yeah, YouTube will, the more consistently you put stuff out, I'm thinking the more YouTube is going to try and show you off.
I know the video pods is probably one reason that's gonna help too, because I know.
True,
like,
because
Drew,
look at this. This one was the first video pod.
Yeah.
Well, this one wasn't, and it had our most. But this one, it's Collin wants guns. I think that keyword guns helped it, because that one got 1,900 impressions. And it got a bunch of views. My granny only got 68 impressions, and it had like the most views.
Right.
And so our first episode, Earbuds, has the most views, but I feel like it probably has
the least. Yeah.
Yeah, look, 37 views with 3.3 watch hours.
It's cool. It tells
as
you
opposed
getting
to
subscribers on each video too.
This one, things are getting weird. It's got 7 views with 3 watch hours. You know, so.
One thing I wanted to mention, whenever you post, so like some people's, it's like a common thing where people think like you can't record good quality with the iPhone. There's something, so like we don't have it's not great quality on the videos, but there's something in the, you can ask ChatGPT or look it up, but there's something whenever you post, there's a certain like, I'm trying to make I'm naming something random, it probably doesn't apply to it, but like a bit rate, there's some type of setting you can set, because like the recording on your phone will be much clearer than when you post it.
Right.
But there's some type
about
of
the video quality.
There's some type of thing you have to match, or something like that, that'll make it clear as if you recorded it.
Oh.
Like the same, it looks the same as when you recorded it versus when you post it. When you post it, something like changes, so you have to like match some type of rate or match some type of setting. So I think you should look into that. That way, because I know, a podcast is a little different, but like watching a video quality, definitely people are gonna stick better if it's better quality, and it just looks like more official.
Yeah.
Quality's not
I've always
bad.
felt like, especially with a podcast, video quality comes second to audio quality, which I feel like we have pretty good video audio quality.
Right.
I was listening to our podcast this morning, the one that dropped this morning while I was working, and I enjoyed it.
If you just like, if we got an expensive camera versus this, it's not gonna make that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Like, my camera is probably the same as iPhone's.
Yeah.
But if you can just match those settings, it'll be clear. Like, it's not gonna be cinematic, but it'll be clear, just like the same as if you view it on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, shorts been going crazy though.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I feel like the shorts are less meaningful though.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not going to do as much for us as the actual. I feel like the video podcasts are going to is like our real bread and
This
butter.
just gets you extra engagement, extra traction.
Exactly. If
you get one person to watch the podcast from a couple thousand, that's worth it.
Somebody subscribed from a short. It shows me that. Look, content, shorts, 1 subscriber off the short.
Nice.
And 11. That would make 11 off of the videos.
Hell yeah.
But it shows you what your actual valid. So even though it got thousands, it's like valid public shorts watches is only 771, as opposed to total real ones, total views on it. It's like over 9,000.
Dude, I wish.
It's over 9,000.
You're fucking my favorite short you posted was the one where, I'm so glad you made that a short, when you were like, all right, bro, we're gonna do some fucking history. Bismarck's War. Nah, fuck that shit. We're not. That shit was funny. I love that.
That was whenever I was tired. I was sleepy that day.
Yeah, sweepy.
Yeah. Now I'm just fucking hot as hell.
Yeah. I'm about to wipe my face, dude. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I don't think we look sweaty. You look sweatier than me.
No,
I
I'm ditching the hat, dude.
I got a little moisture. Yeah, dude. We're
People
blood,
can
sweat,
see
and
my
tears.
crazy hairline. I'll make a good short. This is the least funny podcast we've done yet.
Dude. All right, dude. Nah. I already covered that shit.
What you got?
I don't have nothing funny on here though. I got some Yeah, I want to roll with something funny, but I don't got nothing funny.
The number one predictor of a great partner is emotional regulation.
Yeah, dude.
You're never okay.
Ooh.
Well, hold on. Let me help you out, brother.
Yeah.
There's 0 women on earth with any sort of emotional regulation.
Ah, bullshit.
They do not exist.
If I know one,
There's who?
one is well, I know two. I know a few actually. One, Paige. Two,
Oh my god, dude.
my mom.
There's
3, Sadie.
Your
Drew's
mom's
girlfriend.
50.
Drew's girlfriend's awesome.
You don't live with her.
No.
And Paige is
Bullshit. I've seen her. Nah.
Paige is not emotionally
Sadie
regulated.
is phenomenally better than most fucking women, girls that I've met ever.
I don't know her, so I'm not gonna sit there and bash her. But Paige, I know very well. Paige has the emotional maturity of a dog.
Bullshit.
Dude,
No.
yeah,
You're
dude.
lucky, dude. You just don't realize it.
I know I'm lucky.
She's a
I realize
positive
it.
woman, dude.
She's yeah. Whenever she's talking to you, wait,
She's
dude.
balanced.
Ask Brendan.
You can't say she's
Ask-
not more balanced than
Dude,
fucking...
ask me and Brendan. Dude, she wails on us all the time, dude. There's literally times where it's like we're getting in the
You just don't realize.
we're getting in the
dude.
truck to go
It
somewhere.
could be so bad.
And I'm like, Brendan, watch out, dude. And she comes in just guns blazing on us, dude. And I'm nice. I'm
Yeah.
nice to her. But no, there's no women. And you say your mom, dude, your mom? How do you think he feels about her?
Dude, he does
emotional-
not... No.
Yeah.
She's so much better than he, bro.
I know, yeah, she looks way better than him, and she's a nice, great person. Emotionally, she is not well regulated. Women
Nah.
are not, dude.
I could say
It's a
from my
fact.
childhood, she's way more solid.
You're her baby. You're the youngest of 3 fucking
Dude,
kids,
yeah,
Colin. Of
because-
course she's
no.
nice. My parents treated me like an angel too.
But compared to all the fucking, like, most people that I know that I've ever been friends with, my mom, well, both my parents, my dad's just simple, but, like,
Your dad just does not have any emotion at all.
not really. Yeah, he's pretty
He's
level.
a robot, dude, which
But-
makes him rule. Your dad fucking rules.
But yeah, I got it way better than most fucking parents' emotional regulations.
Yeah,
No, but it's a big
that
key.
pisses me off. Yeah, delete that.
No, we talked about it. That's the only reason I'm deleting it.
The number
No,
one.
you don't realize how good you
I
got
like how
it.
you just like felt like Dr. Phil for a minute.
No,
and
I
typed
seen
it in your
that
phone.
on a video. I didn't just think of this.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's so true though.
The number one
It's so true.
the number one predictor.
You're lucky, dude. You could have way crazier, dude.
Oh, I just hit her.
They're all
She was
kind
any crazier.
Bro.
So whenever you just give him a little bit of a slap, dude.
He's not serious.
serious.
No, it's definitely a key, dude. You got it good.
Ugh,
Drew got it good.
This is all right. This is worse than worms, dude.
No, dude.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. By the way, us arguing.
You found out you got worms?
No, you saying that we have worms and me arguing about it has started multiple arguments.
Hell yeah.
Between me and other people since.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because I told Paige about it, and she was like, "It's true." I'm just like, "Shut up. Let me give you my point of view."
Yeah.
It's like I'm not putting tape on my ass and all this stuff.
You don't gotta do that, dude.
I was telling my parents. My parents follow the pod. My dad watches.
You're narrow-minded.
My
sometimes,
dad's very
dude.
serious about like having me text him when a podcast comes out,
Yeah.
and he listens to him. And I was FaceTiming my parents the other day, and I was talking to him and my mom at the same time.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that you were like worms and you got to put tape on your ass to see. My
Yeah.
mom was like, "That's actually true. They say if you
Fuck
have like
yeah.
a baby with
What's your
parasites,
mom's
you got to
name?
do it." Phyllis.
Fuck yeah,
And I
Phyllis.
was just like, "Mom, no, stop talking
Yes.
like that, dude. You can't put tape
Phyllis
on people's
is
asses."
awesome.
Yeah.
What'd your dad say?
My dad just was like, "All right, I'm gonna check it out." My dad doesn't-
Whoever's watching, you don't have to put tape on there. You got worms. Conley got worms. We all got worms.
I don't have worms.
You need a detox. Look into it. To do your own research. Look into that shit.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're living at like a fucking third of our potential feeling we could feel, dude.
God.
You detox, dude, you could feel like a brand new person.
If the worms make me feel less, then
Yeah.
that's good. I don't want feelings.
No, it's
I
not
want more
feel.
worms.
It's no, you'll physically feel better.
I feel fine.
Just because you don't like sweet treats, dude. There's people with sweet treat problems, dude.
Oh, Paige is covered in worms.
Yeah,
man.
she's got worms, dude. I'm telling you. It's a problem, dude.
Oh, and physically, she is fucking. She's destroyed all the time, dude.
That sugar,
Yesterday,
dude?
she had a coffee at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
But then I got home with the kids, picking them up from y'all's granny's house, and she was like, "I don't feel good. I'm dizzy." And she was like, the kids were like trying to hug her and stuff. Y'all get away. I don't feel good. Oh my god. And she was like, "I just need some water." And she went and drank
Dude,
some water.
it's because she drinks fucking 300 milligrams. You're supposed to go work out and do like go fight somebody.
Well, it's not just that. It's just like if we
300
don't drink,
milligrams.
if we don't drink beer, the only thing Paige drinks in a 24-hour span is like a 300 milligram coffee.
Yeah, drink
and then
water.
doesn't drink anything else.
You know how many people don't drink enough
Yeah.
water? It's crazy. This
insane.
shit, I chug like 3 of these a day, and there's people like I might have had a bottle. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you,
Dude, I have to drink a ton of water because I sweat like a fucking psycho.
My boss Chris,
And I'm outside a lot.
my boss Chris he's a big guy, and he swears he's and it's like you're not healthy.
Yeah.
You know you're not. No, I'm healthy. No, you're not. You're big. Like it's not like he's a big guy. You know, and
I was listening to Jocko's podcast yesterday.
it's not healthy. Like I'm not.
Can you? And so this guy who's like a sports therapist, or I don't know, he's like a fucking health guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, a good marker of if you're healthy or not is if you can lie down on the ground and get up without using your hands.
Yeah. I can do that.
I can do it.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm about to try it.
You gonna make sure?
Huh?
You gonna make sure?
Yeah, I need to make
You should
sure.
do it on here on the fucking countertop.
Yeah. Just hit my head on the ceiling. Ah! Damn.
Ow. That would be great. No, you could try, dude.
No, I definitely can. See it?
Yeah. Prove it to me, bro. I'll validate. Hell yeah, dude.
That was easy as shit.
Yeah.
You just get up. I definitely know some people that cannot do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It's-
fucking easy.
Yeah.
I could do a handstand, dude. I'm good.
Yeah, you don't even have to get up off the ground. You
Yeah.
can actually get up. You can get up from the ground with just your hands, so that's something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
Not even not using
That
your hands.
counts
You
for
can get up
something.
off the ground without your legs. That's tight.
Yeah.
And I won't fight you on that because I've seen videos of it.
But yeah, I mean like there's a certain amount of fit, like you don't gotta be a fit fucking dude, but like or a girl, whatever.
Yeah, in
but
fact,
like,
being too fit makes you kind of suck.
it goes on my like one of my I'll
Like
go,
not you because you're kind of naturally
yeah.
lean and
I got
shit,
good genetics,
and you
thankfully.
also take care of yourself. But like, if you're too fit, if you're too serious about it, you're a fucking dork.
You gotta have balance, dude.
Yeah.
Balance is everything.
Yeah, you gotta have some type of fun.
If your life is fitness,
yeah,
you're not having that
you
much.
don't have a fucking life.
Yeah. You're like you can be. It's good to be disciplined. You need to be. But if you're overly disciplined, then it's like you're like David Goggins, and it's like, dude,
Yeah,
what do you enjoy?
yeah.
Going hard.
Yeah.
Stay hard. No.
I wouldn't want to be David
I don't.
Goggins.
I don't want to need surgery on my feet because I proved that to the world I could run across the desert barefooted. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, good for you, but like that's a great mental challenge or whatever the fuck physical challenge. But like, you don't got to do all that.
yeah, dude.
But
Eat a fucking pizza.
But you can't. Like that's that's a good thing to
Yeah,
have.
it's
You
good
can get up.
good
but
enough.
if you, like the lady on the cruise ship, bruh, that fell and hit.
Oh,
If you can't-
if you have trouble slowly falling
That
and then you make weird noises once you hit
Yeah.
the ground. Wait, actually, I don't think you ever talked about
I
it on the
could cover
pod,
that.
dude.
That
Rip-
was great.
Dude, yeah, that's a fun story.
But let me say this: if
Get
you
it.
can't get up on your own with your hands in air, if your whole body, you just can't get up, that's not good.
No,
You need
definitely not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this fucking lady on the cruise ship, dude. So I won't go too far into the fucking So this is how it started.
Wait. I'm not gonna stop the audio or video, but I gotta grab another beer.
Okay.
We'll just cut this out in post.
All right. Grab me another Thursday, brother. I'll grab me some ice.
You know what? what's funny is whenever I was like saying,
I said like, comment, subscribe with my lips on the camera.
whenever I said that I could get up off the ground without using my hands,
Yeah.
I tried to like think about how to do it, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck, is it even that easy?"
Right.
And then whenever I laid down, I was like, "Oh yeah, you just kick your legs and then stand
Right.
up." I was like,
Yeah.
it was easier than I even
You
thought
ever
it was.
had to get up out of bed fast? You do the same thing. You
Yeah.
know, like it's all good. Oh, damn! Gravity just took over, dude.
It's always there.
Fuck.
Gravity is a constant.
That's what they say. So yeah, I was on this. You want me to close the door or not?
Nah, I just leave it. Fuck
Okay.
it. Some,
Get
maybe
some
some
AC.
cool air would get in here.
We're desperate, dude. Bring it in, dude.
It's like
Any angle.
I was gonna say it's like a desert, but it's actually humid as hell. It's like a fucking jungle.
We're
in
not
the
getting the
fucking room.
benefits of a sauna, but we're sweating. You know.
Yeah.
It's almost sauna.
So what cruise line did y'all go on?
We went on the Carnival,
Oh,
and
I've heard good stories about Carnival.
it's cool. You know.
Yeah.
If you go on like a really long cruise and you're going to kind of like whack stops, most cruises have pretty cool stops, but if you pick the cheapest cruise possible, it's gonna be kind of gay.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to shitty ports that, yeah, it's whatever. But so we went to, it was a cheap cruise, but it was cool. It was real fun. Nice. Where are we at? It doesn't even
Time
matter.
wise, that's what I'm trying to see.
Cause like we might even be in the second
Oh,
pod.
we're at 56 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, because we stopped at 28:12, and now we're back at 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we might be maybe I finish the story and we can start the next one. Oh wait.
Oh, I don't have time to do two today.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's just rip this story, and we'll meet back tomorrow and do another hour.
All right. So we went to this stop, Half Moon Cay, and it's owned by Carnival, the island or whatever.
Okay.
I don't believe it's all man-made, but there's a lot of man-made things they did to it.
Obviously.
It's sick though. It's Half Moon Cay. It's literally like a half moon beach kind of shape.
Yeah.
Super cool. Had a dope ass spot, and we got rained out hard though at the end. We didn't like right whenever I was like, I didn't even drink for like an hour.
That's the most Louisiana thing I've ever heard. I didn't even drink for like an entire hour that day.
I'm on a cruise, dude. People are drinking, dude. All the alcoholics.
That's why I don't want to go on a cruise, dude. I would go
Alcoholics
so
go on
fucking
cruises so that they have an excuse to drink.
hard. Oh my god, dude.
And
I wish.
there's a ton to do, but there's also not a ton to do. Like,
Yeah.
if you're a limited guy, you're drinking.
And that's my problem. Why I don't want to go on a cruise is because, dude, I'm too much of a busybody.
Yeah.
To where they're like, oh, why don't you just sit down and relax?
You
It's
gotta
like
be
I
balanced,
don't
dude.
even like if it's a Sunday and I want to relax. I mean, like I want to go and I want to put my headphones on and cut grass
Yeah.
and be left alone. And like I don't want to just sit down.
That hustle culture is getting to you. Dude.
No, it's not hustle culture. It's just I
yeah.
just like doing
Yeah.
stuff. I get in my own fucking. If I sit still for too long, I get fucking depressed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you feel like just lazy and like,
Yeah,
what the fuck
it's
am I
not
doing?
fun.
Right.
The whole point of
Need some
being
more
able to-
balance, though, dude.
Yeah, if you can get up without using your hands, you gotta
Yeah.
keep moving.
You gotta enjoy relaxing, dude.
Yeah. So anyway, the lady.
Me and
followed.
you relaxing is creating chaos at Cajun Palms.
That was relaxing and fun.
Yeah. So this beach is super cool. Oh yeah. So I didn't like drink for like you go onto the beach, you're drinking, right? Well,
Obviously.
at least Louisiana people are.
Oh.
This is all Texas and Louisiana, so we're drinking.
Yeah.
And part of the culture, or whatever the fuck. But so we get there. Yeah, I didn't start like I got drinks. I had like a handful brought for people, like, and came back. And I see like the craziest looking thunder clouds. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm about to pound, get somewhere on this beach.
Yeah.
And so anyways, there's this little boat. It's like shallow water, so that little boat takes you to the big cruise ship, and takes you to get you to island. So they do like a little ferry kind of deal. But it's a decent boat. It holds, if I had to guess, like 100, 200 people, something like that. So there's these three people that they didn't do what I did. They didn't forget to drink. The first thing they went go do is get drinks.
Yeah.
Obviously, and they were the only people that did that.
Hell yeah.
Or they went hard. And it's funny because we seen these people in the casino, and they were nice people. They were cool. Like we were at the roulette table, and they talked to us, and they seemed like some down to earth, cool people, who are emotionally regulated. They proved us wrong. And so like we get back on the little small boat, because it starts raining, everybody's lining up, and they're like, the most obnoxious people. Like, and it's funny because we didn't recognize them for a minute, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's the people that came talk to us that seemed level-headed."
Yeah, I don't like people that can't handle their alcohol.
No.
Because I feel like whenever I get drunk, I make it hard to tell.
Yeah.
And I know that
Me too.
because I've had like nights where I'll have like my cousin Dylan and his entire family comes over.
Yeah.
And me and him drink, and I'll drink like 20 beers.
You'll say you get
over the
blacked
course
out, but
of a
you never
day.
actually blacked out.
Right. Yeah, but it's a term that I use for just being wasted.
Right.
But I remember one time they came over, I drank like 20 fucking beers that day.
Yeah.
I woke up the next morning and, they were all up. And I was like, ooh, boy, I got really drunk last night. I'm sorry if I was acting weird. And Shannon was like, Dylan's wife, she was like,
are you
you
talking
didn't
about?"
even seem drunk. You were just normal doing your thing. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, sweet. I can handle it.
That's me. Yeah. I don't,
I don't really go crazy.
like Chris always gets on me because like he's like, oh, you drank last night, you just drank like couple nights before that and whatever. And it's like, dude, I was off. That's why. Well, not that I don't drink every off day, but to him more than once a week is he don't drink.
Yeah,
so-
but he's gay.
right,
So,
literally.
yeah.
And he doesn't drink, so he just
A good straight man, I'd say probably 4 times a week.
like you go to a restaurant, at least here, you're probably drinking
Oh, I can't tell you the last time I went to a restaurant without
and
drinking.
didn't have at least a beer.
Yeah, that was like,
Right.
if I'm gonna eat at a restaurant, I'm
And
gonna
then
get
for-
a draft beer.
And then for me, I'm not gonna drink unless I'm at least catching a slight buzz.
Definitely.
So like, if someone's like, "You want a drink?" I'm like, "Are you like? Is there more coming?" Because I don't want to like. If someone offered me one Thursday, I'm not like about to drink that and be like, "Okay, I'm done." Like, nah, I'm gonna have me about 2 or 3.
yeah.
But so we get on this boat and they recognize a guy that I guess they seen on the cruise ship and they're like, "Oh," they got a thick country accent and they're like, "Oh, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?" Oh, my, like just constant, like not stopping. And it's all 3 of them. And then the one of the women is like every 10 to 20 seconds, woo, like over and over and over again. I'm not exaggerating. And then he's, "Oh hell, we was on the goddamn beach. We was got where you was, where you." And the guy they're talking to is not.
He's like, oh,
He's
fuck,
maybe
they recognize
he's
me.
maybe buzzing.
Yeah.
He's like us in the casino. He's like, "Oh fuck, we were like kind of cool when you were sober. You're not cool right now."
No.
And he's like, "Fuck, dude," and they just won't leave him alone. You could tell he's just like,
Oh, yeah.
he's all right. Can we stop this conversation? I'm not associated with you guys. And they're just "Wee!" over and over again, dude. And he's screaming at the top of his lungs. She's woohooing every 10 seconds. She is the most drunk out of them. Like you could tell the guy's plastered. The other woman was definitely drunk, but she wasn't talking much.
Yeah.
She might have went overboard and where she's quiet, you know.
Yeah.
Them two though were going hard and like they had too much. And we're just like, and it's not bothering me. Like, you know, some people I'm sure were fucking aggravated and pissed off and I'm like, "Oh, whatever," you know. I'm just
Yeah.
like, we're just talking between us and like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah.
And like there's 100 to 200 people on this little ship, this little boat. I can talk to you like this and we can all hear each other. But these people, everybody's talking like this level, like a
Yeah.
podcast level. And they're fucking screaming. And it's just like, oh my God, dude. And so this boat, when we're going back to the ship, it's rocking. You know, the waves are getting a little rough. And I'm like, dude, she's going to eat shit. The guy, I don't know, but this lady, the woohoo lady,
She was a heavier gal.
no, she was like skinny.
Old?
She was like 40, 50, probably 50s.
Goddamn.
And but yeah, she's hammered, dude.
Yeah,
She's not
okay.
gonna feel good tomorrow.
Okay.
You could tell.
Okay.
The guy, he looks like he can handle it. He does this all the time. She looks like she definitely might have did too much. And the boat's rocking. I'm thinking in my head over and over, like, dude, she's eating shit when we like walking up the steps, either just walking flat or getting up. She's eating it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, not praying on her downfall. You know, I don't want her to get hurt, but I did want to see her fall.
Oh,
She was being obnoxious. She deserved to fall.
well, it's not even that. It's just funny.
Yeah, it was gonna.
People falling is fun.
Is hilarious.
It's funny.
As long as they don't if they get hurt bad, and it's like, oh,
An old person falling is scary.
I might laugh though, but I also want to know they're okay.
I don't know. If my granny fell, I would literally pick
it's
her
that-
up and drive her to a hospital.
Right? If it's that old, it gets a little, yeah. I understand, but I'm
No, I
probably
get what you mean though.
I'm probably gonna laugh no matter what, and then I'll feel bad about myself if like they get hurt,
Yeah,
and then I might still laugh.
that's understandable.
But so we get to the boat to dock, and like I'm like, oh Lord, and we all there's like 3 pathways of seats and stuff like that, and we get right behind them, and I'm like, they saw us in the casino, so I don't want them to recognize us and then talk to us. I told like my mom, and I was like, let's go to this one.
You're right.
Don't want to talk to these people. I don't want to be the guy that was, getting heckled. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. So we're going, and she's holding the fuck out them rails. She's white knuckling them rails.
Yeah.
And she's going up the steps, and I'm just, come on. I'm waiting to, like, I don't laugh hard, but I'm going to laugh hard if this happens.
It's funny that you had the premonition of it. Like,
dude, I kept thinking about it. Yeah, I was like, dude, I was please let her fall, dude. Don't let her get hurt, but let her eat it, dude.
Yeah,
So we're going up the steps, and we're like a good like 8 people behind her. Yeah, and it's rocking. Like this little small boat is literally like you're like, oh, I'm probably holding the rails.
Yeah.
And the steps are steep. Well, I hear her. She's like 8 people ahead, so I can't see her going up the steps. But I hear like dum dum, and I'm like, she's probably hitting the walls on the way up. And I'm like, oh fuck, is she falling? Like I'm expecting like a bowling pins to come down. I'm like, don't hurt everybody else, I just want to see you fall.
Yeah.
So we get up the steps, and it's I don't know what they call that, but the gangway, or I don't know, like the bridge from the small boat to the big boat. And I'm like,
look at you.
I'm like, this is where she's eating it,
Big
dude.
words.
And she's getting close to that gangway or whatever, and I'm like, oh, dude, she's about to eat it. Here we the moment I've been waiting for. Yeah, that. I don't know how I knew that word, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They probably said it on the cruise ship. Be careful on the gangway or something. So she's stepping on that. I'm like, oh, dude, this is where she eats it. Like, for sure. And I'm like, I'm so excited. Like, I've been waiting for this. I had it planned in my head. And she's walking on it. Well, the fucking guy behind her, he can walk. He can tell he's fucked up, but he can handle it.
Yeah.
He helps her. He has his hand on her back. I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
God damn it.
And it's not. That's not her husband.
But he's not enough. Ooh. I'm like, she's gonna eat it still.
It's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. I'm like, she's gonna fall forward is what's gonna happen.
Few solid steps left, but it's not enough.
I'm like, dude, if once it rocks one good time, she's done for, dude. But I know she's gonna be safe. She's gonna fall into the cruise ship.
Yeah.
And then 3 cruise members help her, and I'm like, fuck, dude. There's 4 people total helping this lady. I'm like, god damn it. And I low-key am disappointed. And I'm like, shit. And I'm like vocalizing this out loud to my mom and shit. Because I kept saying, dude, she's going to eat it. She's going to eat it. And so all the crews, like, as they should, help her. They expect this shit.
Yeah, they're normal
I'm like,
human
god
beings.
damn it. Right as I'm like, the disappointment sets in, she's not going to fall. I kind of like break my attention from it. I hear, doom, 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 doom. I'm like, oh shit, it's behind me. Dude, I turn around, this big lady ate it, dude.
Yes, dude.
And she's like, and she's probably 50, 60. She has some gray hairs, but she's not like, she just got there. Big
people fall the slower. They say the bigger you are, the harder you fall. That's not true.
The largest.
It's not true. The bigger you are, the slower you fall.
Right. She's gonna grip all kind of stuff on her way down, take a couple down with her. So she, luckily, grateful that she just made it up the steps. So she's not falling down. That would be very bad. She'd have got extremely hurt and hurt other people.
Yeah.
But I fucking, like, it was just, the timing was perfect. I was like, right when I was like fully disappointed she's not going to fall, boom, boom, boom. Turn around, I'm like, what the fuck? The big lady fell. And she definitely, like,
them big gals.
She hit the metal seats. Like, she hit a couple things on the way down. She hit the pole.
And old people bruise like bananas.
Yeah,
dude.
and she just got old. Like, she just got this gray hair.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, she's not like break a hip old.
No.
Yeah.
She's bruising though for sure.
she's not gonna break her hip, but she's a bruiser.
Yeah, she might need to get it checked out. Enough weight and enough age. Yeah, she might need some help. She's not gonna enjoy the next day. And I don't know if this lady drank. I just think she can't balance herself very well. It was like, I turn around. This big lady's on the ground. and I'm like,
Oh.
because all this anticipation for this other lady.
Yeah, it threw you off.
Yeah.
That's actually a good plot twist.
It was
You're like M. Night Shyamalan, dude. I thought that the drunk lady was gonna fall the whole time.
It was music to my ears because I knew somebody fell.
Yeah.
Turn around.
You're like, finally.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah.
It was just enough to keep me on the edge to where I was still ready to laugh my ass off. And I turn around, she's on the ground, and I'm like, I'm all that, and I'm like, and then I thought about helping her, and then but there was like 3 other guys.
Yeah, there were heroes all around.
If it was just women around her, I was like, she's gonna need some help. But
Yeah.
saw a couple guys around her. It's like
Somebody had a forklift.
I was like, she's alright. Yeah, dude, they put out the little pallet jack, the electric pallet jack, and I was like, oh, she's all right. And then the funniest part that really threw me over the edge, I was already like giggling hard. They're like, "Are you okay?" And she's dead ass. Instead of me, most people would be like, "Yeah." Are you okay? She's like, "No." And like hit it like that, dude. I fucking lost it. I was on the gangway at this point. She's a good 20 feet from me. I lost it, dude.
When's the last time you fell? You
Couldn't
remember the
tell you,
last
dude.
time I fell? You were there.
No.
Dude, it was whenever we were fucking wasted at Margaritaville. I was playing pickleball.
Oh.
And that's how you know I'm drunk. If I fall, I'm fucking hammered.
It was like a gradual fall. You didn't fall hard.
I know I'm fat, dude.
But that shit was funny, dude.
Yeah.
That
I popped back up for the
You're a
viewer.
good sport, yeah.
No, it was funny, and I was fucking drunk off
you
my
laughed
ass.
at yourself.
Yeah, I'm not that proud. I'll
Right.
laugh at myself on
That
that.
shit
I
was
fell
fucking
at
good.
Margaritaville.
It was, and it was like you got crossed up, but it was like you just lost your balance. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't like,
Well, I was chasing a ball.
you didn't make a hard move. You just
Yeah.
like randomly your foot just didn't come with you. You just like, did a little tumble.
Well, yeah, I'm playing sports with drunk out of my mind.
Yeah, that shit was fucking funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, that fucking lady, are you okay? No. And that made me lose it, dude. Cause like you expect most people to be like, yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah, I'm all right. Just give me a second.
Yeah, no, no. And dude, like, I kept quoting her for the next couple hours. Like, it would just, whenever something funny like that happens, like, I can't help but just keep reliving it. And
Yeah.
it was, oh, dude, it was great. It was everything I wanted it to be.
Good.
And I'm so glad she gave me that, because, like, I was banging on that lady falling, dude. And then, doom, doom, doom. I was like, oh, yeah. Turned around. Yeah, it was great. That was, like, one of the highlights of my cruise, literally.
That was definitely the highlight of this podcast, which is over now.
All right.
That's all we got for today.
Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Later.